thing is we have this subwoofer which came out from my old music system, and this is a 4 ohm 20 watt speaker, and I'm gonna use this as a subwoofer on the new speaker. Oops. That is two of these Yamaha speakers which are 8 ohm, and I got this from one of the music instrument which I had in the past. So of course it's not working anymore, so I had to just rip it off from there. The next speakers are a quite interesting one. These are very old speakers. I just found it from a very old television set. Each are 6 ohm 15 watt. I'm sure I'm gonna use this as the highs for tweeters. I hope it's gonna sound good with if I add a capacitor to allow only the highs. So let's see how it sounds. Lastly, I have ordered this amplifier from Amazon. So this is the amplifier that I'm going to use. So this is a Bluetooth amplifier. Let me take you through the specifications. Okay, so you can see this, the total subwoofer is 100 watt and 50 plus 50 watt is for left and right. So I'm gonna use these 4 and pair it with the 50 plus 50 and 100 watt only for the subwoofer. But I'm sure these are not that powerful speakers. As you can see, this is only 20 watt. So I'm sure I can add more, but for this experiment, I'm gonna use only these. Let's see if this works out. Then in future, I'm gonna buy some speakers and connect them and see how it sounds. So the other things in this amplifier is it's Bluetooth, and you can see that it needs a DC voltage of 12 to 24, which I'm gonna talk in a moment. I have a transformer which came out from an old system. So yeah, do DC 12 to 24, subwoofer, and left and right speakers. And the controls here are the subwoofer volume, the bass and treble, and the master volume. And I think there's a reset switch here. I don't know how it works, but you have to find it. So the build quality is pretty great. It's not that expensive. It's the lowest one that I could find in Amazon, but I can put the link on the description for you to have a look. Okay, let's get started. So the next we have here is I've created this casing out of MDF. I think it's a 12 mm MDF board. And first of all, like, I am not covering the how I made this, but I'm sure you can do it by your own, the design you like to choose. But basically this is nothing but it was just a scrap of MDF that I had from a long time, and just carved it, made some holes on the sides. This is for the subwoofer position, and these both are for tweeters. So let's see how it goes. And I have not covered it completely because I'm gonna cover it at a later stage, because I'm not very sure where exactly I'm gonna put the amplifier in. It can be at this part, and the power cable, and I guess there is a aux input here, 3.5 mm. So I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna extend this and make a hole at the back of the board and find the controller system here. So the next thing is power. This is the transformer that I found from the old music system that I had. It is actually a center tapped transformer, and we have 12 volt red black red, means we have two 12 volts coming out. And this is a full wave rectifier that I have made at home. It actually came out with this, and I just extracted the components from the PCB and just soldered it. Like for rectifier, I'm sure there are a lot of videos in YouTube. I'm not sure that if this is the right one that I have built, but all I need to do is I need to check the output from this and see if we are getting voltage between 12 to 24. So the idea is not to exceed 24 volts. So right now what we are going to do is install the speakers first. I have already measured the cutouts here, and I have done some pilot holes here. So this is how it's going to look from the front, and this is the setup for these two speakers types, and the last type is here, which is the Yamaha ones, which should go somewhere here for the mid sounds. So overall this is how the system would look like. I know it's going to be a little compact, but we have to put the transformer somewhere here, maybe install it here, and maybe this goes towards facing upwards, so I'm sure like there will be enough space, but we're gonna find out how it sounds overall. Because so I've got these screws, I'll try to fasten it up with these. These are 1/2 inch screws, so I'm gonna fast forward from here. So let's get started. So now we will do the soldering. We will pair this and on the right side speaker and the left with the left speaker, and take out one wire so that we can feed this wire to the amplifier. So let's start with the soldering. Okay, so we will connect the speakers to the amplifier. So let's see. First of all, let's connect the subwoofer, which is right here. I'm gonna loosen this. Well, before we connect this power output, we have to test what's the voltage coming out from this power adapter. So let's do that first. Let's find out the voltage. So let me find my multimeter. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna test DC signal. Oh, before that I need to connect this to standby. Okay, so now we have the, let me turn the camera. Okay, so it's right here. We have this connected to the power source, and we're gonna test the output first. So I don't know which one is positive or negative. Let's see. This looks negative, which is the black wire. So the capacitor's black is, the negative is connected to the black wire. Oops. Let's clear this out first. Okay, this becomes positive, this becomes negative. So we have 19 voltage. Now it's the correct, now it's the right one. So actually the one with black stripe on it is positive. Okay, so we got 19 volt AC. I'm sure this rectifier needs to be corrected. It should not throw 19 voltage. But anyways, considering that we are on the safer side, we have 24 volt in here. So let's do one thing, let's connect it and try to power up. Okay, so where's the positive? So the end here, the end one is the positive. Let me loosen it. This goes here. Oops. Something just happened. I haven't turned it off. Oh, let me turn it off first. Okay, so now we are ready. We have connected all the wires. Okay. Ooh. So it's actually blinking. Yeah, it is. It's actually blinking, but just to be sure, let me still check how much power we are getting here after the load. 18 volt, not bad. 1850. 18 volt after the load. Okay, looks like everything got connected, but now it's time to play some music. Okay, let me go to Bluetooth. It's trying to find. Is it finding? Oh yeah, it's finding. There it is. We got something here. No, that's not the one. Let's scan one more time. By the way, if is it blinking? Yeah, it's blinking. No device found. Yeah, so I found it now. Actually, there was another system where Bluetooth was turned on, so maybe that got connected. But anyways, this is the Bluetooth we have. Let's pair it. Oh, it says pair. We have something. How do we play music? Let's go to YouTube. Play something. Play some music. No, let's just play this. I'll keep it aside. Okay, it's actually too loud. So I'm gonna show you the set. So right now, let's just go with everything 12 o'clock. I think it's working pretty good, but we still have to tune it down. I have some problem here. I guess this speaker did not really work. It's not even moving. It's not actually bouncing. This is free bounce, but okay. We have to find out if there's some problem with the wiring, maybe. Oh. Some problem with the wiring. So we have to test it out, guys. There's some problem with the speaker. Let's just desolder it from here and connect it directly to see what's the problem here. Hello my friends, so we are back. We last talked about this thing, which did not work out, and it was a complete fail. So what I did was I've searched over the market and could not get hold of anyone that can repair this. So ultimately what I've done is I've ordered a new pair of speakers. So I haven't opened it yet, so let's open it. I'll tell you how much I got this for after I test this out, and let's see what's inside. Okay, how do I open it? Looks nice. So it says one. So I ordered 2 pieces of this. Let's give this box away. Let's Ooh. They're same size. Looks like perfect match. Okay. But anyways, we have to test it out first. Okay. Let's see if they fit. Yeah, great. So let's get on to the next steps. Connect both the speakers to this amplifier and test the output. Okay, so we have it connected. Now I'm gonna quickly connect the power and the amplifier again. So again, we have output. So now I have soldered the connection and fed the connection to the amplifier. So now I'm gonna test the speaker. So let me increase the volume. Not sure if you can hear it or not, but it's doing a pretty good job cutting down the lows and passing the highs. So basically this is acting like a Twitter, but I'm gonna definitely try it once without the capacitor and connect it with the defaults and see that how the volume's gonna change. So we have both of them connected now. One is with the capacitor and one is without. Let's see the comparison, which one is better. So, okay, let's turn it up now. Yeah. So I think this is sounding much better without the capacitor. The problem here is I think the value of the capacitor needs to be changed. Then it may sound better, but I'm just gonna, for now, I'm just gonna get rid of this capacitor. But if you think you have better ideas on the values of capacitors for this 4 ohm speakers, just let me know in the comment. I can revisit this later and try to modify it accordingly, but for now this is sounding much better, and we're gonna ignore the capacitor now and just connect it as is to this. So guys, we have wired this properly. We have connected the new speakers and this is how it looks. The previous holes are there, but we will fill this up later on. And we have wired them properly. We have done the final wiring for these speakers and everything. So now it's time to set the amplifier actually. So I'm planning to put the amplifier at the top. The wire will be going through this, but anyways, the plan is to put the amplifier here. This is the top cover. This is the top cover, and if I show you from the other side, so we are going to place the amplifier here somewhere, and we have to drill holes. So not holes, basically we have to open this, and if you see that there are options to, this is the master plate here, this one at the top. So this master plate will go up here so that it has all the notations on it, so the users would understand it correctly. So this plate will go up here, and then we just gonna dismantle the whole thing. I don't think we will require the whole assembly, the whole casing for this. So let's get on to it. I've taken some markings here, so let's do it correctly. Let's do proper measurement, and then we'll find the right place to drill the holes. So I can see there's a solder here. If we have this plate, then we will have the proper measurement of this, because it has the holes on it. So I think we need this plate first. So, so from the back, this plate's gonna sit like this. Okay. So we have made the marking where we will be drilling the hole, but we'll be drilling two holes. This is for the air in and air out, and for which we're gonna design some a way to channel the air in and out. So this is going to be the vent here. So how it's going to look like from the top is at the top, this will be our controls, and here at the back will be our air vents. So now what we will have to do is we will have to route the holes in. So I actually have a routing bit here. Let's see which one fits well. Oops, sorry. I think this will fit well for the, yeah, this fits well for the circuit, and I guess we're gonna use this. Actually, hello guys. So now I actually have the router set with the required router bit, and now I'm going to drill the track here, but unfortunately I will not be able to record this bit because I don't have this arrangement at home. So I may have to go out and do this because it's going to be very dusty. So let's see how it goes. I hope I'll be able to do it in the right way. So friends, we are back, and you can see that we have done the drilling part. So we have routed the hole out from both the areas. This will be our air vent, and this will be the place where the amplifier goes. So it wasn't easy. Actually, you can see there are some modified cuts that I have done. This is because of, if you can see, now so this is how it fits. This small circuit board needs to have its way out, so I had to cut that out. And now this on the front plate goes this way, which holds the complete amplifier board, as you can see. So now we are going to design the air tunnel. You might have seen in some of the music system which has a bass hole, and we're gonna design that hole now. So I was initially thinking that the hole, I can just create a hole at the back plate. Let me show you. I was initially thinking that I will create a hole at the back plate right here somewhere, but then I realized after looking into some videos online, I found out that the air channel needs to have a long track. I don't know the exact calculation. I'm sure there are certain calculations for that, but for this project we just gonna create a air track or air tunnel, so that whenever these speakers create a low pressure here, the bass gonna be more dense. We will get more deeper bass from this box. Okay, so for that air channeling, we're gonna use the PVC pipes. Specification of this PVC pipe is 40 millimeter. So I guess this is the complete radius of it, the complete diameter. How I'm going to fit this pipes, the track will be something like this goes here, this goes here. We're gonna do a connection from here, and then the pressure gets generated from here through this channel, and it comes out from the top area. Basically this comes out from the air hole which we created just now. So yeah, so it's going to be this way in and this way out into this air hole. So so guys, I have made the first connection here, so this is how it will go. I had to burn it slightly. I know it just got burned on the top layer, but it's not a hole inside. But you know, I had to do this to make this space for the woofer. So this is how it's going to fit, and I have taken some more L clamps or L channels, and what I've done is, while taking the measurement, I realized that the top will be a problem. So what I've done is I've melted it down slightly so that it does not create any problem while closing the top lid. So these are the two L channels that I have used and burned it from the top. I will sand it later on. I know it looks ugly. So this is the final look, and this is how it goes all together. So somehow we have to make another mold out of same PVC pipe, and we'll make another mold that compresses the air till here. So hi everyone, so what I've done here is I have burned this PVC pipe in a way it fits. I mean, I thought initially that I was just gonna make a semicircle out of it, like this semicircle, but then I realized when I place it here, the circuit board hits this area. Now, somehow I molded it down and removed this area, but now I'm thinking that how do we block the ways here and here? So not very sure how to do that. We will have to experiment it out. It goes up here, and I'll have to mold this down here and then cut it from the top. A lot of things to consider. So let's do one thing. Let's just use the double tape and put it in place, and then use some glue Not exactly glue, maybe we'll use some silicone gel or some silicone paste to seal these out, because anyways we'll have to use the silicone paste to seal all the holes inside, all the gaps inside, which are created even on the edges. So I did just a little bit of this area. I just need to test it out, how it looks. Will it be sufficient or not? So friends, while the air channel gets dried out, we are going to conceal all the edges of this box from inside. We are also going to conceal the edges of the speakers, so that it's going to be completely airtight. So after hours of working with the silicone paste, we finally got at a point where where I'm 99% sure that most of the air holes are blocked now. This is from inside, and this is our air channel is now looking like. I have added silicone paste everywhere possible, so that everywhere it's sealed. The only place where we need to seal is from this side and this side, which we're gonna do it later. Let it dry up nicely, like let it take a day to dry it up. Let it take a day. And from the top, as you can see, it's oozing out. The silicone paste is oozing out. So this will drill it later on, because now we are damn sure that this is like completely sealed, and I'm sure that there is no other way the air gonna escape from anywhere. But yeah, later on, I know these are the places where we need to work on. We need to put some kind of rubber seal to all of the edges. And also, while I was drilling this, I made sure that the least amount of gap is there. So right now I can see there are some gaps, but we're gonna fill it later on with some MDF dust that I have collected. We're gonna have to make ports for power, and we're gonna have to make ports for aux cable in and an output, like an auxiliary output basically. So when connected, we can use that auxiliary output for external speakers and as well as for headphones. So while I was searching my store, I found out this interesting device. let me show you. So what this device does is, see, if I insert this 6mm jack, these are the 3 pins, and as soon as I insert them, you see the pins get disconnected. Yeah, let me take another one, 2 of them. So as soon as, so these are very interesting jacks. So you see, if I insert, you see these pins, they get detached. So this is acting like a switch. As soon as, so basically if someone puts up an external speaker jack, stereo, and or headphones, as soon as the person plugs it in, these 2 lines gonna be detached. That means these 2 lines are gonna be turned off, so which means the main speaker will be turned off. What I've done is, the back plate is going to look like this. So what I've done is, I've taken this from an old laptop charger. It was lying for no reason, so I just took the laptop charger and I just made a cut. So this is where I made the cut from the laptop charger. This was actually fitting like this. This is gonna supply power to our transformer, and these are the 2 inputs, one for the auxiliary out and one for the aux in. So we will keep some space here, maybe in future, if we want to put like an XLRI input or something like that, we can use this space. But the back plate, this is the back plate, and we will have to fit it somewhere here in the middle or side. Let's see which one is suitable for this design. Hello again, guys. So what we have done is, we have created a hole here for the back panel and a cavity here for the transformer. If you remember, then if you can recall, we had a problem here where the transformer was actually hitting this area, but now looks like we have a good space here for the transformer. And also I have decided to go with this from inside out. The reason is it looks good, and also the technical reason behind it is we will have options to seal the compartments nicely. So we can seal it from here, put some silicone paste here and seal it this way, and also seal it from here. If there are any problems, we'll seal it from all the way. If you remember, while we were installing the stereo jacks, we added rubber pads here so the air will not leak out and create a vacuum inside. But still, the top is ready now. It has dried up completely. As you can see, it has hardened, and everywhere wherever there was a possible chance of air leaks, we have sealed that, and this is ready. So now we will install the amplifier and put the top and install the top basically. So this is how it looks. We have added the silicone paste here, and now it's concealed properly. I have the wood glue and I have the super glue. So we're gonna combine both and put stripes here. One place will be wood glue, one place will be super glue. So that's how I pasted the rest. So now it's the time we install this. Just being careful, as this is our last chance. I think I can just put this up here. Okay. So now we can see these gaps. I'm not gonna, okay. In these gaps, we're gonna use these gaps, we'll use the super glue. Hello friends, so we are back after the installation of the top. We have installed the top, installed the knobs, and it's ready from the top. And what we have done is I just took some 2-inch screws with some nuts and placed the transformer in place. I've drilled a hole from inside. And I've used some rubber tabs here again on the base so that the transformer doesn't move, or if there is a leak of current, it will not hit the base. So we have added some rubber paddings here. So the transformer is in place, it's quite firm, and let me show you. This is the back panel, and what we have, so we have installed the wires, we have soldered in the wires, and I have soldered in the aux jack. So I'm hoping that when I connect this here, this aux jack will fit right in here, which is the aux input here. So the top will become the aux. The bottom connection is yet to be done, so that we're gonna have to test it and then connect. But before that, let me show you the back panel. So the back panel actually fits quite interestingly. So as you can see, it's quite nice and tight. And what I've done is I've added markings here for pilot holes so that we can put some screws in place. So guys, this is it after soldering everything in place. I have added an indicator here, and you can see that whenever there is a power and sorry, so whenever there is a power, this will glow. So this power indicator is actually coming from the capacitor. So basically it can also tell us that if the transformer is working or not. So it's not the it's actually not the AC, it's the DC indicator. But yeah, and after all the hard work of wiring it, this is how it looks. It's very complicated wiring. So let me give you a brief how this wiring is. So the positive and negative coming from the left is going here, and the other end is going to the amplifier, this white wire. Then the other part is, this is the right one. The right goes, one is the ground, one is the positive, and this red wire is going to the positive. So this yellow one is again going to the positive, because this yellow one is actually the red wire here, which is the positive from there. And apart from that, the negative is just directly connected to the the ground is just directly connected to the ground, and we have supplied one ground to the sleeve here. And I'll show you when someone plugs in their stereo or headphone inside, it switches, and the whole circuit will switch back to the headphone. So now the last thing is, I believe it's the auxiliary cable. So we will actually, the previous idea that we had about the auxiliary cable was this. But the problem with this was the wire is too short and it's not actually working out. So I have to find a wire. I'll redo the wiring, and the auxiliary output will be these terminals, which is this one here. So this terminal will go straight here into this. Let me remove this. So it will go straight here. This is the auxiliary input. Okay, so we are almost done with this, and then we'll close the box. We will set the wires properly, so that right now they are completely tangled. So we'll set it up properly, and then I think we'll close the box and seal it. So my friends, we have so what I've done is I have cleaned the wirings further. Get the camera in place. Okay, I have cleaned the wirings further, and now I have decided not to add one of them as an auxiliary input. The reason is there is something with the circuit here. As soon as you plug in the auxiliary, the Bluetooth turns out, and as soon as you plug in the auxiliary, the Bluetooth switches from Bluetooth input to auxiliary input. So I was assuming that since the circuit is open here, it will not switch the auxiliary, but this is the problem that I have faced. So I will not use the auxiliary for this circuit, for this project, and instead what I have done is I have made this as a auxiliary output for right, and this is the auxiliary output for left. So basically this is for left, this is for right, and either one is a mono. So guys, finally we have put everything together and I don't think there is anything pending. So now we'll do a quick round of tests so that we can make sure everything is in a good shape. First of all, we'll keep this and place it in a way so that it does not make my mat dirty. Okay, first thing first, we will test the power. Okay, that works. I have tested the power works, and now I have connected the Bluetooth and I will try to play something. Let's see if all the speakers are working fine. So looks like the whole thing is working. I'm going to proceed to the next step where I'm going to round the edges and start the painting. I'll select a chalk paint which is easier to handle, so let's get started. So I have done all the finishing touch, and this is the first coat that I've applied of this chalk paint which I purchased from Amazon. It's a water-based non-toxic paint. I'll put the link in the description. As you can also see that I have masked the speakers with a paper so that the paint doesn't leak. So just have a look. This is the first coat of it, and this is the overall finish of the edges. As you can see that it is all rounded. The air hole is also properly cut. Next I'm going to paint it further by applying 3 coats of this paint till the time I get that red velvet color. And finally I'm going to show you how it actually looks on your living room. Hope it turns up nice. Let's see how it goes.